So please introduce about yourself and your project, Carolina.
Hello, I'm half of a team today presenting my project that I'm very passionate about because I'm passionate about education. So I will now share my presentation with you. Okay. So I would like to, or we would like to create a website plus a mobile app that will help teachers, let's face it, not only of English, but language teachers only, manage their lessons, their schedule, and everything that is connected with the learning process, but only for adult learners. So our app is directed to adult learners of languages, and this is our main focus. This is our main target group. We would like to direct it to teachers that, apart from their the lessons that they provide for language schools or schools in general in the education system, the lessons that they provide for individual students. So to help them manage everything connected with the lessons. So we would like to address the main problems of teachers, that planning individual classes takes a lot of time, which nobody pays for. I meet a lot of teachers. I know a lot of teachers who prepare their own materials. Of course, I know that some of them use AI for many things at the moment, but many of them are ambitious, so ambitious that they want to create something of their own. So they definitely spend a lot of time on that. There are many schedule and budget changes because with adult students, this is a very common problem that you have to reschedule very often. Students cancel, often last minute. So we would like to make this process as simple as possible. And we would like to make learning fun for students. So this is something that is different about our project, that it will be for teachers and students together, not only for the students that want to learn autonomically or teachers to create their lesson plans, but to make it easier for them to communicate with each other. So the main problems of adult learners, from my experience and not only my experience, is that they often forget to do homework. They don't work between classes, and because they don't see progress, they lose motivation. They want to work, very often they do want to work between classes, but they need plan, and some reminders. They need some extra, something extra to help them keep this focus, and they need little bits of knowledge, little bits of practice, not hours of learning. And because they have a lot of other responsibilities, they reschedule or cancel, so they also want to do it in a simple way. And our solutions are fast and easy planning, because we want to give teachers suggestions and some ready elements. We would also like to make copying and editing the syllabus much easier. And in the future, we would also like to create some ready lesson plans for adult learners. So this is also something that we would like to do. We would like to give students homework, and make canceling and rescheduling and messages easy. We would like to also create some automatic calculations of charges for all classes. And because learners need feedback, we would like to give teachers a possibility to add short notes about their students and a list of errors for each student, which would also help the teachers assign extra exercises, extra practice to address these problematic issues. And there will be also a system of challenges and reminders, something interesting, and also up-to-date materials, something that is modern, something that is not for kids or teenagers, but specifically for adults. We would like to create one language version, which will be easily scalable, and it will be a global solution. And of course, we will not refrain from using AI. We would like to have some AI enhanced activities. We would like to create content with the help of AI, but having in mind that this kind of content still needs human touch and editing quite often. So this would be only to help the teachers with some more mundane task. But I was also thinking about providing content that would be created by us. By me specifically at the moment, but something that will be checked by a human being also. So there will be flexible scheduling, and every learner, every group will have a flexible schedule. There will be different types of planning, also schedule and budget management. We would like to provide a desktop and app version. And of course, these automatic charges for rescheduling or canceling, because this is what people often agree to when they start learning, that, for example, for late cancellations, there will be some extra charge. In the future, because I have big plans, I will not say that I don't. We would like to provide some tips and webinars for better planning, for better for making the learning process better. I am a teacher trainer. I am an experienced teacher as well. So I know that a lot of teachers need this. They need tips. They need help. Sometimes they don't have time, or they don't have money to spend on extra training. And maybe this something simple, something short would be better for them. For learners, the platform for learners would give them easy access to homework. There will be a place for contract between the teacher and the student, so a place where they can agree to the conditions of their work together. Challenges for extra practice, and of course vocabulary from every lesson, and work on individual errors, right? So these exercises might be generated using AI, and this personalized and individual practice, I think, is the key to making the learning process more effective. Because let's face it, adult learners, these are not kids that will learn fast and everything you give them. They need a limited amount of knowledge, and the kind of knowledge that is useful for them, so that they can really commit. Platform for learners will also have easy rescheduling and information about the due payment for the classes if the teacher decides to put it. So, like I said, we would like to provide ready-to-use lesson plans on all levels for adults, and use AI to create activities and exercises to make them unique for each individual student. We have a plan for some subscriptions. We think that this is the best way to earn money from the users. So these numbers, these are estimates at the moment. So a free version, so a kind of trial version, of course, a simple plan, and a premium plan that will give access to additional materials, trainings, and webinars, and of course, a one-time charge for these lesson plans that you can use within the app. I put here together something about our main competitors. Of course, these things change, and there are new solutions. So this is what I changed. In this pitch deck. I have changed it recently. So of course I included Google Classroom, which I am personally not a fan of, to be honest, because I don't work for school, and I think that it's a solution that is for everything and for everybody, and because it has no target, so it has like too many options that where you have to put a lot of your own time and work into making it work. And there are some tools like Planboard and Chalk that I used in the past, and to be honest, it takes a lot of time to plan anything. There is no student version, and there are many other things that I didn't like about it. I also tested some solutions for public schools, but they they are for public schools. They are not for adults as such. So I put it here, and I also have here a system that I think is not available anymore. So of course, I will move on to LMS platforms that have, of course, many functions, but they are only for schools and institutions. And this is their target, this is their market. So it's not that useful for private lessons, and the cost is quite high, although there are many. So I'm sure that that it's a big market to cover too. I also put here AI generated lesson plans in general, which I tested this year. And of course, there are many pros of this solution, like creating lesson plans for whole semesters. It's extremely fast. There's nice graphic design, but call me old school, but AI, this is for me only generic content, and it's hard to create something that contains humor, rules of politeness, and that is interesting. It's all uh, I call it like flat, really. When I create, for example, simple exercises, it's fine. But when I read the texts created by people and created by AI, I see that it is still not the same. That things that are created by humans are more engaging, they are more fun, they are not that predictable. And I do think that it is a useful tool, but I think that giving space for humans, especially in education, even if it's language learning, is still much better, because for me, learning a language is about human connection. It's about making friends, making some kind of relationship. you can't do it with a machine yet. Maybe the future will show us something different, but at the moment, it's
Thankfully, not yet.
not yet. Yes,
Yeah.
thankfully not yet. But I think that I would not like to live in a world where machines replace our family members or
Yes.
our friends. So that's why I still believe that humans can do amazing things. So I think that our competitive advantage, the main aspects of it, are intuitive, user-friendly interface. We want to make the learning personalized, rich, and useful for language teachers. At first, English language teachers, because this is my domain, this is my area of expertise. But we would like to make it available for other language teachers of languages that maybe are not that popular as English, but also with big number of students that have limited resources at the moment. And we would like to make our product for individual users. So for people who try to make ends meet in a few different places, working for different institutions, but also giving private lessons. Here is a table. So I compared different solutions. I tried to be fair and not only show that our solution is the best, which I think it is, of course. So we can talk about the market for a moment. So there are, I don't know, 1.5, 1.7 billion people learning English worldwide. There are, of course, thousands and millions of people who learn other languages, and the number of teachers is also quite high. And there are still a lot of teachers who prepare their lesson plans in the form of text documents, and or they don't prepare them at all. They just have prepared links, or they use, for example, Google Drive, which of course is a great tool, but after some time it can be you can create a mess, let's face it. So our platform, our app is for people who maybe struggle a bit with planning and would like to do it better, and would like to manage everything in one place. So um, that's an estimate that I prepared some time ago. Of course, it's impossible to predict anything, so I won't maybe talk about that. I estimated some costs that could be involved in creating this app. But of course, this is for the whole product. But I also prepared things that I would like to include in our MVP. So creating groups and course overview. This is something that we already have. And we started working on some basic lesson plans. We would like to also add vocabulary practice, because I think that this would be something very interesting and useful for many teachers. And then we could go on, we could continue with adding more functions once we see what the reaction, what the number of clients, the customers is. And this is just about us. So Angelica, my partner, is an experienced developer, and she really listens to me, and she tries to find the right solutions to our problems. And I am an English teacher, and I have prepared many resources for my students and groups on many levels. And I also, because I'm a teacher trainer, so I also observe lessons, and I see patterns. So we would like to help teachers in their development. We would like to make their work easier, more enjoyable, and we would like to create a community at the same time. Thank you.
Okay, great. It was one of the clear and mentioned all features. Thank you. It was very I mean, from your presentation, we could say that you're a perfect teacher.
Thank you.
Uh, So now the questions. As far as I understood, because I'm familiar for language trainings, because I was on an agency, I was sending students abroad. So we worked with many language schools in the UK, in the US. From your perspective, I understood that this is for the mostly for the individual teachers who are trying to create their own group, mini group, or one-to-one
Yes.
classroom. It's not for
Yes.
the language schools or the B2B universities or other.
We were thinking about this. We were considering this kind of solution, but we thought that it would require a little bit more elements to think about, to put in, and I think that we were thinking about this, and it is somewhere in the future for us, but because it's complicated, we thought that we should focus on a smaller target group and very specific. So something that I really know. Okay, I know I work for a language school as well, but I am also an individual teacher. So I know what kind of problems we face, and this is something that I am an expert on,
That's
you could
okay. That's
say.
okay. That's not better because these ones that I mentioned, the language schools or universities, they have their own LMS system. They already
Exactly.
do what you do. So I try to get some Polish lessons. So I seen the problems what you mentioned actually because individual teachers, oh, they just put an USB. Oh, they previously they changed some presentations, it's not there. And actually, for example, if you prepare um, material, even you can make it published or shared. Maybe you can give them some credits. So,
Exactly. Yes, I
so
was thinking about that too.
so it
Yes,
means if you share, it means that you will get more too. So it is so we can say that this is for individual teachers, and there are a lot because if you are an English teacher, it's everywhere in the same. It's not enough what you paid, so you have to have private students, and
exactly.
you are already busy with these institutions. So the tools that we are talking about general for B2B tools, and if you don't have huge number of the students, it doesn't make sense to make an investment. So you are not only teaching, and you are observing, and you find a good gap actually, as far as I thought. But when you see when you show the numbers, that numbers actually most of them is covered by big institutions. So actually, we need to find out what is the individual teachers market. It's a smaller one, but it's a niche. And as you said that maybe I am old school, but mostly I seen that English teachers, and not because of that big old school issue, they feel the same with you. Human touch should important, so they want to individually create these things. So most of them has the similar logic, and we don't have Z generation teachers yet, so still we could have that logic. And
If I
so
could just add something, so this is
yes.
why I think it's it wasn't that easy for me to count how many teachers have individual classes, because let's face it, this is sometimes a gray zone,
Of
some
course,
gray
I mean,
area, right?
sometimes they get cash. There is no publish, so
It's
y-
so it's difficult to find any statistics, but this is why I thought about expanding our product to teachers of other languages: Spanish, German, Finnish, Swedish, you name it, Hungarian, right? So to make it available for teachers who are in the same group, when it comes to the way they work, but for other languages, right?
needs are the
So
same. Only the language is the
exactly,
difference. So it will be not it will be the same exactly, but English teaching is more popular, so it is
exactly,
easy to
yes,
find. But even not only the language, mathematic teacher, so it will be the days it still need it, so you don't have to be linguistic. Of course linguistics will be the one part, but mathematic teacher again needs the same materials and other things, so it could be extent. My question, you founded on 2020,
yes.
so far in 4 years, how this project go from 2020, uh, what happened during 4 years, and where you
Hmm.
are now?
Okay, we had a gap in our work for, let's say, a year. Last year was we had a break for personal reasons, and the fact is that we have our jobs, both of us. So this is, at the moment, this is our extra activity. So
Mhm.
this is why this has been going really slowly. We have created, like I said, this module for creating courses and lesson planning, and this is where we stopped, because we decided that we need some help. We need help, maybe from someone who could be maybe the third person, an IT developer. Um, I can be the only language expert and the only expert on know-how, but I can't write code, and I haven't learned this in the past 4 years, unfortunately. But now I think that I should have. But
But still, I mean, as soon as you have that idea, it's not a big deal so you cannot know everything. So
exactly. So we were looking for some accelerators. We were looking for some programs, but I think that when we were trying to find a place for ourselves, the main area was AI.
mhm,
I get this feeling that these programs, they wanted something that would be so innovative and would explore AI possibilities, because this was like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, this was what happened, right?
mhm.
The companies focused on AI, which, what I'm reading now, is not maybe the best direction, because it is not as easy as they maybe had thought. But we started in 2020, but it was a slow process.
So even with AI help, as you said that, because so every student is different. In China, the students' behaviors are different. In
Exactly.
Poland, different. In Germany, different. So AI cannot understand that differentiations. So it has to be, but AI will help. Um,
Exactly.
my question, you talk about your competitors, not competitors, but alternatives, I can say that, like Google Classroom. But when I checked that, for example, teachers.io, do you know that? Teachers dot
This is actually something that was available in the past. I honestly, I didn't check if they
Uh,
are still
okay. It
operating.
is the a planner organizer for teachers for their schedules, plan lessons, and communicate with the students. But of course, I didn't check details and I don't know the details. But and Edmodo, Schoology, Model, Seesaw. So these are the alternatives. So keep in this mind. And another one that I have the statistics that it says that 97 of Google Play apps and 87 of Apple Store apps are copied.
I
So
found these statistics, yes,
you too,
once,
yeah.
yes,
So
somewhere online.
yeah, so how you find a solution not to duplicate your project, and what is your thoughts about alternatives, these Google or Teachers IO, and how you will be different than them, and what is your plan to protect your product?
Uh, to be honest, I don't know if you can protect yourself 100%
No.
from getting copied. I think you can't. But I think I hope that that our solutions will be unique enough and our way of thinking that nobody will be able to copy it 100, one to one. And also the code is protected. I mean, every
Sure.
app is an intellectual property, and under the law,
Of
it
course.
is protected, right? So
Mhm.
so this is the only thing that I can see. Of course, I have checked if you can, protect your copyright in an extra way, and there is a possibility to do that, but to be honest, I just checked it, in Europe, and I know that you have to, pay for it somehow. So
Even
if
you paid, they will change three, four things, and they will
exactly,
pay.
yes. So I thought that, that it's just something that prevent from happening. And when I checked, for example, these AI generated lesson plans, many of them are similar, some are different, and I think that everyone, I think that right now, that's like my thought, that we have so many solutions, we have so many products, that the only thing that we can do is to find our own group of users. It might
Mhm.
not be it might not be millions, it might be, I don't know, thousands of people who like our solution best, but we can't really create anything that will, just change the history of the world. I think it's not that kind of business, it's not that kind of industry.
How about, for example, the books of, Oxford Press House, or Oxford Tile, Oxford Life, or something like that? There is a book, Oxford Press House. They could have a e-books too. So,
They do have ebooks. I mean the course books, right? That they have, and there are teachers who use course books, but they often make the lessons more interesting by using their own materials, and they often change something because they want to be different than other teachers who use the same book, and they just want to personalize the learning experience for the students.
mhm.
I want to understand the content. Sorry. In basic plan, for example, it will be free. Not basic plan. In free
Mhm.
version. Will you offer content? You are an English teacher and you will prepare some content to use. What is the amount of this content you offer? For example, 5 units, 5 pages. What is these limits in each plan?
So for this free plan, there is the possibility to create your own plans only, and have only like one student or one group, right?
Okay.
So I think that for most teachers it will not be enough. They will need access to more content. I think that providing vocabulary practice for example limited time would be possible, so that they see what kind of solution they could get if they paid for a subscription.
Because if there are only 20 vocabulary, 20 words, it will be not enough for me.
Exactly, yes.
So I wonder if you arranged any plan for this minimum, maximum limit.
Not yet, no.
Okay, and for students, they will also pay money or only teachers?
I was thinking about that. I was really thinking about that for a long time. And I thought that if the teacher uses some solution and they ask the students to use it too, you can't really require the students to pay for it, because this is like forcing them to pay money, right? Even if it's not a lot, I think you shouldn't do that. So I think that what we could offer students is some extra content, maybe something that they could buy within the app on their own. But I was also thinking that maybe there will be students who will want to use this without a teacher, and then they will have to pay, for example, if they wanted to learn on their own. Why? I don't know.
As a
But
lazy student, I can say that even with teachers force, I don't do homework. How can I? So it should be with.
I can use Duolingo. Okay.
Yeah,
Just say.
yeah, but even Duolingo, it's just say Apple and same thing, so it get boring. So it doesn't
I
make
use
sense.
Duolingo myself, yes,
You
and
learn only Apple and the daughter and the many only the limited words.
even if with all the apps that teach you flashcards, this is what I have a problem with, is that this is vocabulary that you might never use, that is
Exactly.
totally not interesting for you, that is separate words. Okay, there are maybe some phrases, but usually you just learn separate words which which doesn't make sense, because you should learn phrases, you should learn collocations, idioms, expressions, if just prepositions, for example. This is a huge problem in many languages. I am learning Spanish myself right now, and I have a real teacher, a real person, and I also use Duolingo, and I am often frustrated because why do I need these words that they want to teach me? I would like to learn the words that
Real,
we are using, right? That I struggle with every week, because of course I forget them, right? Because I'm not 10 years old or 12 years old and I just can learn like this, right? So I want to learn limited vocabulary, but vocabulary that I will really use.
And this was on the app or web platform too?
Web platform too, because I think that it might be easier to use on a bigger screen. And as my partner explained to me, is that the app takes content from the website then.
Yeah. I mean, they you make apps that it's web page, but in the telephone it looks like an app. So I watch your Vimeo video how you do that. I think this is the MVP, or still it's a like we can say that
Pre-MVP.
okay, yeah, we can say pre-MVP. Yeah. Okay, so how much you need to create your MVP, and how much you need to improve the system?
How much time, you mean?
Money.
Money.
We are interested with money.
Okay. I hope that we could create this vocabulary vocabulary module, you could call it, maybe within a couple of months, and the like a simple plan that will maybe not have calendar yet, but a list of lessons and a list of topics. And I think that what you are offering in the program will be enough.
Okay. And
Including development and software product fees, I think.
Including, sorry?
Development of software coding fees.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
actually, I was one of the project manager, one of the similar ones that you are talking about, and they already did it. But it's completely for B2C. It was for universities. It was a different idea than what you did. I mean, this is not focusing teachers mainly planning and this one, but mainly for the students who needs to, especially after B1, they were focusing on English preparation, especially for university students. When you have students in the same class, you have a business student, engineering students, sometimes medical students, but you are teaching the same English. And when you give homework, sometimes they are not very fond of it. And this project was focusing self-studies, which is focused for different areas. And actually, they already finished and they are using it now. Um, what was I say that and Miss Aisha has huge experience on that one. Maybe with our team, even if you are selected or not, but we can cooperate with you. I think collaborate means the wrong in Polish, so cooperate is the right word, I think.
Collaborate. I know, English is not I know the differences and the false friends in
Yeah, I mean, my one of my Polish friends said that don't say collaborate.
or
You
confident.
confident the same? I didn't
Yes.
know that.
Confident is a person who gives information about you to the police.
They said it collaborate the same similar one.
Yes,
Similar
collaborate too.
and confident. Okay, so cooperate. We can cooperate and we can apply for a European Union project. This idea and
What about the legal status? Do you have a company or
I think
organization
No, we are
personal.
or
not
one natural person?
incorporated. We are not incorporated yet, but we were thinking about, when we need to, we can do this any moment, really. We
Yeah,
can we can create a company, this kind of like a entity, legal entity to
one
do
day
it.
it's
It's
not
not a
You are
problem.
now teacher in a private language school?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because Erasmus Plus projects, did you hear anything about that? Or I don't know. European Union has some priorities, like teaching English as a second language is one of their priority politics. So in school education sector or adult education sector, this can be a topic, a project topic. So it would be possible to apply for a small scale project, 60,000 euros, for example. I think your communication are in our database. We can share with you that alternative too. We will evaluate
Sure.
this meeting with our team. But these platforms is also a good alternative as a second backup or to see the first prototype. Maybe Mr. Kemal, you can share some
Yeah, we are
documents,
now in the LinkedIn. We already linked by LinkedIn.
or I can. I have some friends. I can give your communication, and they can share something. Okay, let's.
Because actually there was a very interesting program for education. There is right now going on in Poland, but it's for East Poland and it excludes our part of because it is for East voivodeships of
Okay.
Poland, and we are near Warsaw, so we are considered too rich for this kind of program probably.
At worst, you can open the company in Białystok, so you can provide that.
I was thinking about that for a moment,
Yeah.
to be honest. My husband is from the east part of Poland, so I
Ah,
was thinking, that maybe I could use his
yeah,
home address or something like
exactly.
that.
Why not? Yeah. My surname is Tatar, so each year we go to Białystok for Tatar festival. So why not?
Okay, Mr. Kemal.
So for that 10,000 paying users, do you think it is feasible?
I think it is.
But do you think there are many teachers that will pay? I mean, can you reach 10,000 teachers? Do you think it is feasible? Isn't
Mm.
it a lot?
I think it is a lot. Yes,
How many English teachers individually do you think in Poland, totally in Poland?
I work at a language school where we have almost 600 teachers from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we are not the biggest one, so there are bigger ones as well. So I think that and they often complain about things, let's face it. They often talk about, the amount of work they have to put in. So yes, I think that okay, it is a lot. Maybe I was too optimistic. I totally accept that, but I think that with time and with help of social media, I think that it can be done. I was also talking this idea to address, like other teachers of other languages, teachers of, for example, Spanish or German or
Mm-hmm.
some other maybe minority languages, more like in the language world, of course,
Sure,
not
sure, sure.
not in the communities. So it is because there is a bigger need there, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody focuses on English. So I think that if we try to reach them, it might be a surprisingly big group.
Sure, 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 sure. Because this is the group who everybody forgot about it actually.
Exactly. Yes, I also forgot about it.
Yeah.
This was also one of my mistakes, because I teach English, so this was like totally natural for me.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, as I am an English and I'm a Spanish learner, and I have been learning for a year and a half, I would love this kind of solution, because I used, for example, Quizlet, right, to
Mm-hmm.
create flashcards. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work, It's just, let's face it, adult learners need extra motivation, and they need, pushing a little bit more.
Sure. Okay. Carolina, do you have anything to add before I stopped recording?
No,
And
no,
Ayşe,
thank you.
do you have any questions?
No, thank you very much for your
Thank
presentation,
you for your time.
for
I
your
will just
idea, and
stop
for attention
recording.
to
Yeah.
our educator program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.